Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder's Inc. And today we have an interesting video. We got 4 extremely disturbing interviews with evil people. This is on the YouTube channel Dark Matter. Give them a subscribe. And yeah, we're gonna see how this one is. This might be a series we go where we just do all of those. I don't think there's that many, so it might not be a long one, but at least they're worth watching, I think. So yeah, let's get into this. Are you guys ready? Of course you're ready. Let's go.
Sometimes, when we enter another person's mind,
Oh, this guy's voice is already creepy. Let's see. But yeah, that's hold on, I'm just gonna let someone know I'm recording. Then alright. Back at it, sorry.
we find
But yeah, this guy's voice is so creepy. It gives you like chills on the down your spine just listening to this guy. It's really weird.
something truly horrible. So, from a conversation with a serial killer to potentially the most disturbing interview of all time, join us. On August 5th, 2009, 33-year-old Angela Simpson lured 46-year-old Terry Neely to an abandoned apartment and proceeded to torture him for the next 3 days.
What?
According to police, she beat him, drove nails into his head, pulled his teeth out, stabbed him around 50 times, and finally strangled him.
Why? Why? What makes you torture someone for 3 days like that?
Simpson then dismembered his body and left it in a trash can, where it was soon found. 2 weeks later, she was arrested and eventually sentenced to life in prison.
You're very upfront
Pretty much.
about talking about this killing.
Right.
You murdered this man.
Yes,
You tortured him.
of course.
There is no ambiguity, and there is nothing you want to... In court today, you said you're not here to pretend to be remorseful.
Of course not. Why would I do that?
In this short amount of time, this girl has already explained to me she is pure evil. She is a... She's already evil for the fact she tortured a man for 3 days. Drove nails into his head, ripped his teeth out, stabbed him 50 times, and then strangled him. Her extra evil comes in the fact that she's clearly remorseless for doing it. Next level evil.
Are you remorseful?
Not at all.
Why?
Why would I be?
Well, why did this man deserve to die? You claimed he was a snitch.
Well-
What proof do you have of that?
He told me he was a snitch.
He told you.
On many occasions. But that really doesn't matter. Why did you guys want to kill me? Phoenix wanted to kill me. What's the difference? Everybody has a reason to kill.
Everyone has a reason to kill. No, that's not the case at all.
The incident, can you tell me anything about what happened during those 3 days while you were...
What do you mean?
No. It's
I took him to my house, walked him down the street. I don't know why the media acts like the motherfucker couldn't walk. He walked very well. Walked him upstairs, kicked his ass, and killed him.
And again, your belief is that he was a snitch because he
Right.
told you. You claimed that other people had been killed in that same part. You had killed other people. Have you killed other people?
No, I've never killed anyone else.
So that was something to talk.
Right.
And you don't want to talk about your past, but your lawyer said that, you know what, in sentencing you, the judge should...
I wonder what your past is, woman. What is your past? That's what I wonder. Because your past, if you don't want to know, probably isn't that good. and probably won't get no sympathy on you. That's probably why I feel you don't want your past known.
Bear in mind that you had a really
Right.
tough life.
I started being hospitalized at 10 years old. I have a mental history from 10 years old till present, so, yeah.
When you say mental history, I mean, do you care that anyone feels sorry for you? Do you want anybody?
Feel sorry for me.
Yeah. Should the people who are watching this say because she had a bad childhood,
Of course not.
because she had as mental illness?
Of course not, no.
That we should feel some sympathy for you?
No.
You would not have that.
I want no sympathy, no.
What then? Do you care what anybody thinks about
No.
Angela Simpson and what you
No.
have done?
I don't.
I mean, I'm really not trying to get
Right.
you angry, but I want to see you say I killed this guy, he deserved to
Right.
die, blah blah blah. I mean, it's there. You're up
Right.
front. I want to know if
To me, interviewing someone who has killed someone would be the scariest thing I've ever experienced in person. I wouldn't trust this person at all. I don't want... Because I know I'd set someone off. I'd set them off. Oh, no, because It'd be too weird. It'd be too damn weird. I wouldn't be able to do it. Nope. I wouldn't be able to. It'd be too weird of a thing for me. Oh, no, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd piss them off. It wouldn't go well.
you have any concerns about what put you in that position to do that to them.
It was just too much. The things he talked about, it was too much.
Do you believe him? I mean, lots of people go around claiming I'm a snitch or make themselves...
Really, you don't say.
Well, I think they talk about law. I know people coming. I've got associations with law enforcement. I've got this. I'm a friend with this.
Do you happen to have a list of those people?
They name drop. Well, maybe in the circle, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
People say lots of things to make themselves sort of look.
Well, he picked the wrong nigger to say that to. If he wanted to brag about putting so many people in prison, he picked the wrong person.
And that's what that.
If I actually just said that N-word with so much care is interesting.
That's what did it to him.
That's the only way I can describe it. I know that people go like, that's not a good way to describe it. That's all my brain could say was interesting.
That's why you.
What, the bragging?
The bragging
Oh, yeah.
about putting people in prison.
Right.
People you knew.
No. No,
But
I don't know any of them.
Okay. Do you believe him? Do you think he really was a snitch?
Oops, if he wasn't.
What a line. Do you think he wasn't? Oops, if he wasn't. Oops. Wow. Pure evil.
Yes, I believe he was.
Yeah. Do you have family?
I do.
From an adopted family or?
I have 4 children.
You have 4 children.
I do have 4 children.
Where are they?
El Mirage.
What is how they doing, and how is it for you to be separated from them?
I don't want to talk about my children. I can't do that.
Yeah. Is there a message for what? Is there a bottom line or a lesson to be learned from the story of Angela Simpson?
There's a bottom line to everything, but
What is the bottom line to this story?
whatever people want it to be. It doesn't
What do
matter
you
what
want
I
it to
say.
be?
I don't know.
She's very evil. Sorry, she's evil. Also, I don't know if I'd go around, I will say one thing though. I've never seen a person call themselves a snitch. I don't think you should ever want to tell people you're a snitch. That's not something you should want known. So I will say that dude made a stupid mistake in gloating about that, but obviously did not deserve to be killed for it, and yeah, she's just pure evil for that.
On January 9th,
Oh, this boy looks like a serial killer. I'm gonna guess he killed multiple people. This guy looks like a serial killer. I'm sorry, he does. He just does.
2017, 28-year-old Manuel Vela was found dead in his cell. A month earlier, he'd murdered his girlfriend, Katrina Riviera, and their unborn child.
Killed his girlfriend and unborn child. What a son of a bitch you are. Screw you. Back your sentence, today. You should be put to death.
Did you cut the baby out of her?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Prove a point to religion.
Isn't it your baby?
It's not a baby. Yes.
So what point were you proving?
First and foremost, to defy every religion-based political to defy every.
Is this guy on drugs while being interviewed? Why does this guy look like he's so out of what he's on about? Like, this guy, his whole vibe is making me believe he's on some shit. Is this guy on? Did they drug him before giving him this interview? I mean, probably not, but this guy just looks like he's so in another world right now while talking.
Law of any God creation of a book. You understand? Yeah.
So did you think what you were doing was the right thing, or did you realize it was going to kill her?
Well, we quite, as a team, you know, from extraterrestrial to religion to science, understand a voyage of telepathy and somewhat of higher power vested in us as a team, me and Katrina Rivera. So I understood, yes, that I was gonna kill her. She understood that she had to die.
Okay, so okay, no matter what picture, this guy looks like he's on some shit. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep repeating that because this guy just is not giving me any good vibes here. Okay, so this guy believed in this higher power religion bullshit and believed by killing his girlfriend, who he claims pretty much knew she was gonna die. Don't believe him for a second with that one. Killed her and took her unborn child out of her while she was probably dead. This is the man who's clearly out of his goddamn mind. So this guy probably is not even on drugs. This is probably his natural demeanor now that I think about it. Although he looks like it. It looks like he's on some shit. But yeah, this is really weird. This entire guy is just based around evil.
And she was okay with that?
You see that line right there? Evil in capital letters. They know. They know.
Well, that's it. She accepted it, yes.
So was the baby alive at first?
No. You know, kept a little hour, 6 hours to myself, just with her dead in the back seat. Side of the road, somewhere. Over on Cottonwood. And just had a time to reflect what me and my father had, been sent here to do. And that's where I cut her open, when he told me to.
This guy. That was it. This guy is on a totally different level here of evilness and is disturbing as hell forward. I can't condone this guy. There's no condoning here. This is, obviously, this is 4 extremely disturbing interviews of evil people. They're all evil. But this is just, I'm trying to understand the mindset of each of these people, and I can't with this guy, because this guy has this just delusional mindset and cannot get over it.
When who told you to?
The father, it's just the same one who was to communicate with Jesus Christ as when he was here.
So, do you think that you're possessed by the devil?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm the Antichrist. I'm capable of taking severe business of any God that ever said the Creator was here to defy law of anything that I ever said that I was Adam from the first,
Boy thinks he's the Antichrist. Man, I give up with people sometimes. This guy thinks because he's some Antichrist, he has right to take the life of an innocent woman and innocent kid who's about to be born. Then this boy thinks he's got the right to say she was okay with it and she thinks she's just fine. This boy's clearly batshit crazy. Should not be allowed ever around society again. Should be put to death, that's what I say. Put him under the jail. Put him 16 feet under the jail.
To understand the flesh or pleasure. That's the definition of to fulfill something nobody else ever will ever compare to.
So do you feel bad that your girlfriend and your baby are dead?
I take it easy on her, so no. I have remorse of not, but I don't feel bad.
How did you get your instructions, and what instructions did you get?
Excuse. Oh, right. When I was 7, that's when it says put him in effect. Yeah, I lied.
Mm-hmm. And through all that time, you'd hear these voices over and over again?
Well, he'd take it and say, go left, and I had to go right. And he's in an Asian spaceship or something.
So you already...
So I had to learn every process of how he really had to communicate. Say, go right, and I go left.
Got it. So you did pretty much opposite of that. In the process of going through this, how did you kill your girlfriend and the baby? And what instructions did you get in order to do that?
He said, define me, do what you do, and just do it the right way.
What was that way? What did you come up with? What was your way to do this?
Oh, he said just do it as you were alone in the garden.
And did you use any instruments, tools? Did you use your hands?
Yeah, he gave me instructions of a razor blade that he provided me in the garden when no one else was there.
An exact...
This guy's a fucking crazy, stupid psychopath. I hate him.
knife, or was it a utility knife?
Just about a razor blade there.
And you did all of this with the razor blade? You did the C-section with the razor blade?
Yes.
Does this cause you stress through all this process of being arrested, killing your girlfriend, killing the baby? Talk to me about how you feel right now. Do you think that you've done exactly what you were told to do? Clear that up for me.
Well, we fulfilled a pretty magnificent creation, man, to say a fact. Yes.
Boy's batshit crazy. I'm just gonna keep mentioning that this guy's fucking nutcase.
It says I'm very excited for the next process of experience. As I would imagine to tell you, nothing will ever be the same. Yes.
Yeah.
I do believe this guy probably killed in jail. Sorry, just believe it.
Responsible for the murders of at least 10 people, serial killer Ed Kemper.
Okay, we got a serial killer here. This guy we know is already probably insane for the fact he murdered 10 people.
Finally confessed to police on April 20th, 1973. Only hours earlier, Kemper had murdered his mother, Clarnell. He'd then decapitated her, had sex with the head, and finally...
This This man killed his mother, decapitated her, and had sex, had intercourse with his mother's head. Give me a effing break. Why are there such horrendous, pathetic excuses for human beings around like this? I don't get it.
Used it as a dartboard. As Kemper explained in later interviews, the two had shared a severely dysfunctional relationship for years.
You were involved in the campus because your mother worked there.
Yes. I was also involved in killing co-eds because my mother was associated with college work, college co-eds, women, and had had a very strong and violently outspoken position on men for much of my upbringing. My mother was a sick, angry, hungry, and very sad woman. I hated her, but I wanted to love my mother. I was getting less detectable.
I have a feeling this is the guy who blames his mothers for his failures at this moment. Everything that's happened is because of his mother, in his mind, at least.
Started flaunting that invisibility, severing a human head, 2 of them, at night in front of my mother's residence, with her at home, my neighbors at home upstairs, their picture window open, the curtains open, 11 o'clock at night, the lights are on, all they have to do is walk by, look out, and I've had it. And then 5 minutes later, I'd put that away, and there'd be a knock on the door, and I'd put it away and answer the door, and the landlady would be there, and we'd discuss it.
Discuss what?
Reality. Her reality, not mine. Some people go crazy at that point. I felt it. It was one hell of a tweak. I mean, to just flip out and not know where I was. To be walking up the stairs with a camera bag that belonged to a young woman that had her severed head in it. Walking up to my apartment, past a happy young couple coming down the stairs who nodded and smiled at me as they went by. Good evening.
Okay, so this is the guy who clearly has some things wrong with him mentally. This is the guy, again, who lost his mind, but this is the guy who clearly is so... I have a feeling there's a manipulative side to this guy, because he has a way of speaking that makes me believe that.
And they're going out on a date where I'd love to be going. And I'm aware of both of these realities, and the distance between those two is so dramatic, so amazing, so violent, that really, I could feel the wheels squeaking inside. That was really pulling on it. And I imagine at that point some people break. But I didn't literally go insane. I didn't get lost. And for 2 months I hadn't killed. And I said, it's not going to happen to any more girls. It's got to stay between me and my mother, and I can't get away from her. We're still fighting. She's still belittling me. I'm like a puppet on a string, and I entertain her. She knows all my buttons, and I dance like a puppet with that pain. And it had even gotten physical, to where I had physically grabbed her and thrown her onto her bed, trying to emphasize a point that I was threatening to kill her. So here I pick up these 2 young ladies in Berkeley, on Ashby Avenue. One has flowers in her hand, petite little dolls. They're in granny dresses, and they're hitchhiking, a couple of real experts. I want to see how together I am, if I can resist this temptation.
You going to Walnut Creek? Great.
And they get in my car. They want to go one way. I know they need to go the other. If they go the way they're insisting on, we're headed right back out to where the first 2 co-eds were murdered. And I'm saying to myself, oh my God, all I got to do is relax, and they'll take me to their death. I've got the gun in the car, the same one I've been doing it with. I insisted. As gently as I could, I took them where they needed to go, to their college.
Thanks a lot.
That was 1 week before I murdered my mother. I said, she's got to die, and I've got to die, or girls like that are going to die. And that's when I decided I'm going to murder my mother.
So this guy had this, is already this evil mindset. Is not fully all there, but this guy says, okay, I'm gonna pick. Unknowingly, these two girls will pretty much test for this man to see if he could resist the urge to kill. So I said, okay. So he goes, okay. Let's see if I can resist the urge to kill these two. And he does. He takes them thing and they're safe. But then he decides, if I don't die, girls like that are going to get killed. And in his mind, he thinks if his mother doesn't die, girls like that are going to be killed. So he needs to kill them both. Or kill his mother. And all that. And maybe even kill himself in order to save girls from dying. That's insane.
I knew a week
That's a hard mindset to have. I couldn't imagine it.
before she died, I was going to kill her. And she went out to a party, she got soused, she came home, went to sleep. I was woken up by that, came out. I walked up to her bed. She's laying there reading a paperback. As many thousands of nights before. And she said, oh, I suppose you're going to want to sit up all night and talk now. Shit. I looked at her, I said, no. I said, good night. And I knew I was going to kill her. You know? And I was so cold, it's so hard. And that's the first time in 10 years I've looked at it that way. I mean, that intensely, that honestly. It hurts. It came out of my mother. And in a rage, I went right back in. For 7 years, she said, I haven't had sex with a man because of you, my murderous son. It was one of our arguments. I cut off her head. And I humiliated her corpse. It's there. You know? A 6 young woman dead because of the way she raises her son and the way her son is raised, the way he grows up. And what's her closing words? I suppose you want to sit up all night and talk.
I don't even know what to say about this guy. Because this guy has does not like that he was born this way and he's remorse. Like, you feel probably he remorsefully does his remorse to people he has killed. But yet still knows in his heart that he thinks he killed for the right reason, and that's what makes it disturbing.
In the 1998 documentary, Listening to Sex Offenders, the crew interviewed a man called Gerald. In the interview, he explains how he molested his 9-year-old stepson.
I am not going to give this guy the attention of listening to this. I am not gonna I don't want to listen to a guy talk about that. So, as much as it probably there might be people who are mad that I do this, I'm ending it here. I'm not giving this guy that attention. I won't. So thank you all for watching the 3 interviews we did here. It's 30 minutes so video, so clearly we've gotten a good enough time out of those 3. Thank you all for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment what you think down below. Follow me on Twitter at SniperJosh, and I will see you for the next one.